Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the next installment of Threat Assessment, a series that I'm putting together here in the City of Heroes Homecoming servers, where we're taking a look at YouTubers such as myself and several others, people that are putting out videos, team action with their characters, doing all kinds of crazy, nutty stuff. And in today's episode, which I'm titling The Screaming Wind, we're going to be taking a look at a defender with storm summoning and sonic blasting powers. And this one's coming to us from a good buddy of mine, somebody that I've teamed with before. I'm a fan. Wednesday Woe Plays. Wednesday, she has lots of cool videos on City of Heroes as well as other stuff. I'll put a link to her channel down in the description below. But I caught wind of hers, no pun intended, maybe 6 months ago when she was doing some build videos, and I think she had some brute stuff out or tank. I think it was tank stuff, and it was interesting to me because I was putting out my own build videos at the time, and I saw that hers were, different type of builds. She was talking a lot about melee stuff, and at the time I was working more on buffing and blasting range sort of things. So I thought it was pretty cool. I started tuning in, and I've been a fan ever since. Been subscribed to her channel. We've teamed together a few times. She is the one that started the best of the worst cult on on the Homecoming servers, which I am a member of. And I won't say recruited, but I've brought several of the Bow Wow people onto my own videos, my own DEF CON series. And Wednesday has made an appearance in a few of those as well. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at her video today, where she's going to be looking at running this right here, the All Storm Pandora's Box episode 1. And as you can see, I haven't really watched it. I watched just enough to know when the thing is starting and the idea. And what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to go ahead and play this video raw. I haven't seen it. And I'm going to just make some comments. I'm going to make some tactical pointers, identify things, coulda, woulda, shouldas, talk some strategy, talk about things I like, don't like, etc., and just kind of be a fan and a armchair quarterback. What I have done, that kind of stuff. And I'm just gonna illustrate, illustrate, try to educate you all and see and share my own information, my own thoughts about what I'm seeing. So let's go ahead and get this party started. Let me make this full screen for us. 1 second. All right, here we go. So she is playing Stormsiren, the team lead on this crew, and it looks like, I'm pretty sure every Monday they run their Storm stuff over on Everlasting Shard. I've not run with these guys. I've run with them individually on my own stuff, but I haven't run with the Storm crew here. But they're running over on Everlasting like once a week, and they do whatever task forces or something like that. And they're doing Pandora's Box today, episode 1. This is one of the signature story arcs that are in the game. These were, very story-heavy missions, kind of like little mini task forces that were added in the last year or so of the live game. And it really was focused on the main story of the City of Heroes. And these were like premium types of things. You had to buy these access to these actual missions. But on Homecoming, they're free to use or access and play. Just like I think everything everything at Homecoming is free. So anyway, she and the crew, and it looks like they've got maybe a couple teams going because I see a league window open over here. So they got a team of 8, and it looks like there's more than 8 people here. So I'm guessing there are at least a second team running, and I think they run in tandem at the same time. And I don't know if they have any sort of competition or whatever about it, but they got a crew going together. And from what I can see right now on Wednesday's crew, we've got her character, which is the Defender Stormsiren. That's the one I'm going to focus most of my attention on and just see how that character works and what they're doing. And they're storm summoning, which is a very, kind of a offensive and debuffy kind of set, and sonic blasting, which is a lot of debuff of minus damage resistance. So I imagine that her character can put out some smack with that combination. Then there is a corruptor by the name of Queen Queen Mab maybe Redux. Then there's El Ninoja, Ninja. Then we've got Frigid Wind, Wicked Beautiful, Bone and Tempest, I think. Devil Stormy, Raven Rogue. I've probably played with just about everybody on this team, I imagine. I just don't know who all these are based on the global. So the people I'm playing with are from the best of the worst and a lot of my DEF CON stuff. So I've probably played with their alts in one of my videos before. So shout out to a lot of these guys. I see some of them in the best of the worst channel. RoboCop's there, Lawson's there, Spectral Shard, Wednesday's there, of course. Uh, Dark Maelstrom is another one. Again, I don't know everybody's globals, whatever, but shout out to all you guys for putting this video out here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and watch it like a fan that I am, see what all is happening. Again, make some commentary. My experience with Storm is, I've played Storm summoning on a few different characters at this point. So that's nothing new for me. And then Sonic, I've played that on a couple of characters as well. My most recent Sonic blasting character was from my DEF CON 4. I had Screaming Tree, who was Nature slash Sonic. So I'm pretty, up to speed on what this power set can do. So I kind of want to see, what's Wednesday going to do with this character. I don't know if Wednesday, if you put out a specific build video on her yet. I think I saw your original version where you had Storm with your Stormy, but I think you said you had remade this character for this particular team to start off at level 1. But anyway, the rest of these guys, I don't know all their powers other than their Storm something or something Storm. I can probably guess a few of them, but we'll kind of see. We'll watch and discover and learn together. So let me go ahead and gear up here. Little headset. We'll get ourselves our little illustrating pen and my illustrating tools so I can draw stuff out for you. So you'll catch me doing that. And of course, I feel like I might need a drink for this one. So I've got myself geared up with little Sam Adams Old Fezziwig, rich in spice. So I'm gonna crack that puppy so I can get through this. No, just kidding. So this will be fun. And by the way, not sponsored by Sam Adams, but if you want to sponsor me, let me know. But anyway, let's go ahead and fire this bad boy up, and let's see if Wednesday introduces the squad for us or not.
One of our very own, from the best of the worst, has thoughtfully picked out a signature arc for the team to do. Contact is Wavelength in Atlas Park, of all places. Yeah, so big thanks and a huge shout out to R-Type Ninja for picking tonight's content. And I'm just kidding. Just being an asshole. How do they say
No, stop.
I'm breaking your balls. No, tonight's activities is actually brought to us by Werewolf, who reached into his extensive and well-curated knowledge of City of Heroes content and selected some activities for us to do tonight. So thank you, Werewolf. It is greatly appreciated.
All right, so Pandora's box. They start with a little intro, little cutscene. Not a cutscene, but those little comic book page sort of intros. And I think this was something new that was added to the live game late in its lifespan, and it was kind of fun. It was a new style of gaming at that time. I actually liked these. I kind of liked the direction that the game was going at that point. The dev team was introducing a lot more story to the game, so I wasn't too hard up for the story itself, but I like the idea that the actual plot, the actual content, had been integrated more into the game, and you could actually play the story itself. So it made the game more alive, and then the stories actually went with the main plot itself. So in the first signature story arc, spoiler, a couple of the main heroes of the Freedom Phalanx, they die, and the story evolves and changes with it. So that whole concept of content evolving with the game that was always something I felt was missing from the original, like, first 6 years or whatever it was of the story. You had city villains pop in, and that sort of dumped, a bunch of content that kind of moved the story forward, but then that stagnated for a couple years, and then they dumped the going rogue, Praetorian expansion there, and that kind of advanced the story. But then again, it stagnated and nothing really happened. But then the game started to, at that point, evolve and bring more of this dynamic story. So anyway, Pandora's Box is the second batch of signature story arc missions that came out, and this was post this apocalyptic event type of thing that affected the game, where the like couple key heroes from the Freedom Phalanx died, and the story was going someplace, right? And we had all the sort of Praetorian content was going. I think Cimarora, I think, ties into this, or not Cimarora, but like the primal Earth, Praetorian Earth kind of conflict was spinning in the background. So the game was going someplace at that point. So anyway, it's a cool story arc. If you not run it, I recommend going ahead and doing it. It's not going to give you the oodles of merits like the task forces do, which is sad. I think they should encourage more play of this kind of varied stuff out there by giving some love as far as rewards to these things. I think a lot of the task forces have been overdone at this point, overplayed. How many times do you run Posse 1 and Posse 2? I mean, everybody feel has run that at least a dozen times, if not more. Kind of gets stale, but something like this, it's fresher, it's more interesting, and so I recommend everybody out there to go ahead and run it. So I haven't run this in ages, so I'm curious to see what all this triggers. I'm gonna get triggered. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and fire this up again. So they're going to the first mission, and it's meet with Positron. And I will say that one of the problems with the signature story arcs is they got a little bit too heavy with the story. So like this first mission, you meet with Posi, and it's a bunch of talkie to kind of stuff.
Squad.
And I think you get some, background information. Now, in the defense of this stuff, it's probably more interesting than the walls of text that you would read from, the older missions, where you kind of click through a dialogue tree, 30 clicks to get whatever the background is. So this is a little bit more animated, but it probably could benefit from just say a cutscene. So anyway, you're talking to these, the new Freedom Phalanx, the updated Freedom Phalanx, trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
We need to be the ones to set an example.
And Posse's giving you the 411. Of course, the question at the time, and probably in a lot of these, is always, why do these uber powered level 50, 54 heroes need little old you to do anything? Why can't they just do it themselves? Like, is Superman calling you up and saying, hey, I need you to go save the world, or is Superman doing the world saving? So that is always a funny little ironic part. I think that's what Wednesday's talking about here. Oh, we got some action. Clockwork.
Absolutely. Break out the hurricanes, that's right.
All right, so let's pause this real quick. So the dialogue essentially was, hey, we got some issues, blah, blah, blah. I need you to sniff something out. Clockwork King's people show up. Spoiler, Clockwork King's in love with one of the Freedom Phalanx, one of the newer ones, Penelope Yin. She's this Psy, person. So a bunch of Clockworkers showing up, and of course, and this is, again, my complaint about this content, not about the team here, but a lot of the content, the later stuff, this story heavy stuff, you'll notice that the entire Freedom Phalanx is here. Like, there's Posse, there's Citadel, blah, blah, blah. So there's, 8 of these hero class NPCs, purple triangles and all that crap. So this is not going to be a challenge, right? You got a bunch of Clockwork showing up. There's your team of 8. And then you got the Freedom Phalanx. I think there's 8 of them, maybe 7 of them. But there's a, whole bunch of heroes. This is going to be a cakewalk. So it's kind of like, all right, got story. Then we got a joke of a fight that's not going to really be a fight. Why is the Freedom Phalanx calling little us to handle their problems? Like, what are we, they're errand boys, they're coffee boys. I don't know. Let's see. See if there's so there might not be a lot of strategy to talk about here, but Wednesday's talking about, hey, we need to fire up the Hurricanes, their defensive, auras here. Let's see.
I hope I'm not the only one who brought mine.
Lots of thunder, lots of lightning, lots of storm, lots of sleet, hail.
What a mess.
Yeah, I mean, these enemies are not going to last long.
I don't want to be able to see a damn thing. And that's how I'll know that we're doing our job.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one thing about Storm. If you're playing Storm, with all the cloud stuff, and if you got Hurricane running, you got your what is it, Steamy Mist running, it's really hard to see crap, and just, it's gonna be very obscure. So that's what Wednesday's talking about, is she doesn't want to see anything. That's how you know you're doing a good job as a Stormer. All right, so you just mopped the floor with a bunch of clockwork, which were never a threat, and now you gotta go talk to Posy again.
All right.
Listen to Citadel.
External sensors report no nearby hostiles. However, they have captured Penelope, and I'm
Oh no, Penelope has been captured.
to infiltrate this base.
Okay, how do they manage to grab Penelope? If you have to suspend belief in order to be okay with this. So if you're just saying I want to mash some buttons and defeat some foes, the story doesn't really matter. But hey, how the heck did they grab Penelope when, we were in the middle of this fight?
I believe it has something clockwork exit.
All right, so boom, go through the story tree, blah blah blah, end of mission. All right, so that first mission really wasn't anything. So off to find Rick Davies, who's in the City Hall of Atlas Park.
Word is you've been working with the
Talk to him.
to see about.
More dialogue, more yakking. Okay, now he's like, track down Penelope, and you leave this mission. So, slow start. Not a fault of the team, not a fault of Wednesday. This is just the story arc. It's story. All right, so here we have maybe our first actual mission. Let's see what happens. You get the little splash screen. You have to click the enter. That's something that a lot of people who've never run this before don't realize. You actually have to click the enter button. All right, we got ourselves some clockwork. Let me get myself oriented by Wednesday's screen. So the enemy targets she's got down here. We've got a lieutenant, and I can't see the level of this. It's blocked here, and I think she's level 40. So we have a purple lieutenant. They're conning at least plus, what is that, 3? Because it goes 0 is white, +1 is yellow, +2 is orange, +3 is red, so +4. So this is either a +3 or greater lieutenant. So we're looking at level 43 at least on the bad guys. All right, cool. She's running leadership. She's running her steamy mist. She's running, looks like, ice armor. Ooh, are you going to take icy elemental Wednesday? I highly recommend you do. All right, let's see what happens. She's firing up the cane. Now, the thing about cane, if you haven't played Storm before, it's real powerful minus to hit debuff. It also, I think, has minus range, minus fly. So it's a pretty good disruptor, but it has a repel effect. That's sort of its Achilles heel, or at least its problem. So you're pushing out these buffeting winds, and if you get close, enemies get pushed and potentially scattered away from you, which creates potential problems, especially if people are trying to cluster and, target a big old boom boom right here in one area. And if you push stuff all over the place, then that causes issues. I had talked to Wednesday before this. I think she says she likes to just troll the team with that sort of stuff anyway. You know, just goofing around. Everybody knows each other. So it's kind of making it a little bit more difficult for the team. Kind of acting newbie, but, That's all good fun. But yeah, normally, right, at least normal by whatever definition you want to use, right? A lot of teams like I need to concentrate everything in one area and blast it away. So if you have any sort of knockback, pushback, move it around, a lot of people get pissed and like, upset about it. So whatever. Not a big deal. Let's go. All right, in goes. Let's see if we can get our targets of who's who. All right, so I don't see we got the health bars, but I don't see people's what you call it, archetypes above their names here. So we got the names. There's L and Ninosha. That's our blaster going in. We got Queen Mob Redux, I think it is. That's a corruptor. So those are our two frontliners. And then we've got frontliners. And then you've got your defender backing them up. And then the rest of the team is, I assume, behind here and on their way in. It's like Wednesday's about to drop some sleet. Not sleet, but freezing rain. A lot of knockdown with this storm sets and storm blasting. A lot of debuffery.
Here, R-Type, let me fuck up your group here.
There you go.
You're welcome.
Wednesday, you're a bad girl. Look at that. All right, so pushing the guys back, but shove them in the corner, blast them. Not a big deal.
Yeah, engage steamroll is right.
Now, one thing about these theme teams,
Bump it up another notch.
they're very powerful because all your buffs and debuffs stack together. So, Storm has a lot of debuffery. So you multiply that by 8. A lot of stuff just can't stand against that kind of either debuff or buff or whatever. I don't know from a team. It looks like they're stacking like 4 sets of maneuvers,
Do we need to go?
couple 3 tactics and assault. So they've got lots of plus defense, plus to hit, plus damage.
We can go harder. Just have to eat a mouthful of blue chew.
I mean, everything's just going to get destroyed that gets in front of them. Some people got some endurance issues here. Is that Devil Storming? All right, so here's what I can tell. I know that my blasters, 1, 2, 3, plus my Sentinel, they're all storm blasting. So they're all gonna. I think Storm Cell is gonna be stacked. So Storm Cell, if you don't know, and Storm Blast, it's like a little. Oh gosh, it's kind of like an area buff. And if you're I think if you're standing in it, it enhances your powers. Do more damage, you do knockdown, whatever. It affects your power. So if that stacks, you've got potentially 4 of them sitting here. I don't know if our Corruptors Storm Blast or not at this point, but that alone is going to make it so that everybody's stormy attack powers are going to do, more damage, more debuff, whatever the case may be. I don't know if anybody else is Storm Summoning, though. I can see that definitely Stormsiren is, but I don't know. Well, I'm assuming Wicked Beautiful has to be Storm Summoning, because what else would they be as a controller? I would assume also the same thing for our Mastermind. They just might not be running Hurricane at all. But if you have, 3, 4 Storm Summoners stacking, and they're all running Steamy Mist, which I can see at least 2 of them here. Steamy Mist adds some defense, but it's got resistance to, I think it's fire, cold, elemental stuff, and gosh, what is it? Slows or something like that. So Anyway, you're stacking a bunch of protection, is what that is. And you combine that with your protection from maneuvers, right? You combine that with the debuff of something like Hurricane, it's going to be very hard for the enemy to touch you at all, right? Then you got your Epic Shield on top of all that. So looks like Wednesday's building more for defense, based upon the Epic Shield. We've got Steamy Mist, we got maneuvers, you got the minus to hit from there. Somebody's running, is that Shadowfall? All right, so Shadow. All right, this give me, I have a clue. It's like freaking Dora the Explorer or Blue's Clues here. Shadowfall. So I'm thinking, ergo, that is my corruptor. I think my corruptor's Storm Dark. That's my guess. Because the only place you're getting Shadowfall from is Dark Miasma. And Dark Miasma is only defenders, corruptors, or controllers. And if the controller's on the team, a storm team, they have to be running storm summoning, unless this is an illegal team. So they would be storm something, some control set storm. So I'm guessing that Shadowfall is coming from Queen Mob Redux. See if I can figure out if that's right. Well, illusion. Okay, so that's what I see. All right, so let me start piecing this together. Somebody's running illusion. So that's got to be our controller. So Wicked Beautiful's got to be illusion storm. Stormsiren is Storm Sonic. I'm predicting Queen Mob Redux here is Storm Blast Dark Miasma. And with a name like Bone and Tempest, I'm assuming Necro Storm. So that's what I'm thinking so far. The other ones, they're Storm Blast, but let's see if I can figure out the three secondaries of our blasters, and let's see if I can figure out the armor set of the Sentinel. But that's what I got so far, I think. Let's keep going. All right, mowing down that group. Moving on. Oh, look at this. Look at this guy. Is that Ninja? All right, so Ninjutsu. That is that Marshall on blasters? Or is there a ninja on blasters? I don't remember. I think it's Marshall. So we're guessing Storm Marshall. Because he's got the ninja sword there. I think that comes with the Marshall affinity or whatever it's called. Or if there's, I don't think there's a ninjutsu. All right, so I've got our blaster. And I've seen some of the Storm videos before, and I think that's Ninja, R-type Ninja. I think he likes to be the alpha tanky guy, even though he's playing a blaster. So if he is playing a blaster as a Ninja, he's probably juiced up with some IOs, that kind of thing. Because you're not just running in there with a unslotted blaster, and because the team isn't very buffy, right? They're not like throwing out a bunch of shields and heals and protection. They're very debuffy. So if you get anywhere near them, you're freaking dead. But he's out there by himself getting stuff going, taking a lot of shots from different directions. But I don't see him taking a lot of damage. Storm attacks. Got some more. Oh, was that another choppy? Raven Rogue. Is this another Storm Marshal? I just saw swords from Raven Rogue, so that could be another Storm Marshal blaster. All right, so I'm going to go with that. And then we got Frigid Wind as my other blaster. So if that is true, that's probably Storm Ice. Ice manipulation for that one. Only thing I not have a good idea. Devil Stormy. Devil Stormy. What is your armor set? Dark? Fire? Devil? I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, you definitely have to turn this up Wednesday. Your team is just going to punish these fools.
Some of us could start playing dumber. Well, I don't know. I'm already doing my worst.
thugs? Oh, thugs. Oh, dude, your name is throwing me off. Bone and Tempest. So Bone and Tempest, they're not necro at all. They are thugs. Look at these thugs. So Thug Storm? I think so. Okay, here's Devil. I want to keep an eye on you and see what your armor set is. All right, now here's one thing that I can point out. Notice that even though these are a team of probably experienced people, right? I mean, I know several of these people are very experienced. But one thing you're going to notice is that they're sticking together as a freaking unit, right? I mean, yeah, our type went out there alone, or ninja here, El Ninoja, uh, but he's not like going out there grandstanding, like I'm gonna go to the next room, I'm gonna go to the next room, I can kill it all myself. I see him more playing like a roundup tanking role. And then the rest of the team's coming in behind and freaking clean it up. Nobody, at least yet, I don't see anybody just freaking running off down the other hallway and, soloing, right? Look, they're all staying together. They're playing as an effing unit. How many times have I seen videos and commented on this that teams going every which way? So here's a sign of experienced players, of people that are, friendly, know what the hell they're doing. They're sticking together. I'm sure a couple of them could easily split off and go mow down half the map themselves. But why? You're playing together, you're playing as a unit, trying to have fun, not solo. All right, keep it up. I love it. I mean, it's Clockwork. We don't have a chance, right?
Don't discourage yourself. You've hardly hit rock bottom. Thanks. Thanks, werewolf. It's good to know I still have plenty of room to fall.
There's your ninja. It's like they're pulling. Oh, they're held. And, nobody's taking huge hits.
This extra messy.
I think a lot of the stuff I'm guessing from Wednesday is that she's going to do just crazy, stupid stuff just for the sake of making it challenging, fun, interesting, whatever.
I am currently sitting on quite a few task forces, storm task forces, that I just have not edited yet. And I'll get to them. But I think, originally I thought that I'd be able to knock one of these out every week.
Queen is taking off. You better go catch her.
Really busy time for work. And I just haven't been able to do it.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, all right. Confirm. They are dark. Go back. Dark Storm?
Busy time for work every week. Right now is just a really busy time for work. And I just haven't been able to do it.
Yeah, it looks like they are playing nice combo. Dark Storm, or Storm Dark Corruptor. Yeah, man, forget it. Okay. I mean, just the freezing rain or whatever alone is shredding defenses and resistance of the enemies, so you could easily take on +4s. And the enemy really doesn't have a chance, right? They're, as soon as the party engages, enemies flopping and falling everywhere.
Oh, I just had a thought, because this is an arc.
Nice.
Do we
All right, so they're just being very methodical, just marching down each, hallway, trashing what gets in front of them. Again, nobody's wandering off. You can see team is all playing pretty tight together, just heading to their objective, taking stuff out along the way. It's not rocket science, people. Beautiful. Love it.
Have AVs turned on?
Probably. I don't know. That Wednesday's just wondering if they need to have AVs turned on in order to actually get them on this. I would just turn them on anyway by default at this point. You guys are crushing things. This map is so dark. It's kind of a shame because there's a lot of cool stuff here. I guess the clockwork don't need to see.
Well, that's for solo, so it should. But, well, I'll do it anyways.
There's Penelope. There's the Clockwork King. It's gonna be what, an AV beatdown?
Please, Penny, you have to understand everything I've done for you. Why can't you appreciate that? God, you're such an incel.
Maybe she's been leading him on.
Protecting me? Russ? His name's Russell? Today I learned. Clockwork King hangs his head in shame. I don't want to lose you, Penelope. You're pathetic, Russell. Sorry, you don't get to walk away from attacking the freedom flanks. Although I'm kind of glad you did. I wish you had tried a little harder. Stay out.
Here's one thing about these types of encounters, with the little chat and all that crap, is, he's inactive, right? Not a threat. Supposed to be a big old AV, big old danger, right? But because they're inactive, you can't attack them, no, but you can sit here and buff up all your freaking allies. You're standing right next to him with your hurricane and all that crap, right? So by the time he goes active mode and attacks, he's already debuffed. You're already all buffed up. He's just been standing there. I mean, whatever. I don't know. Maybe it'd be nice if this was sort of a cutscene type of thing where you couldn't actually do anything to him or yourselves while you're, the cutscene is kind of off the map here. Maybe you got to click some dialogue or whatever. It's just playing through an animation type of thing. I don't know. Something like that to at least make it a kind of a fair fight because, as soon as he freaking activates, you've already got him debuffed to hell and back. So he's going to get murdered in like seconds.
Out of this, Penelope. This is between Russell.
He's held already. He's got storms all around him. He's debuffed. He's slowed. He can't hit. All right, Queen took a little bit of damage. The biggest threat this party's had is running out of endurance at this point. Dead.
He got wrecked.
Yeah, it's so sad.
Did we win? I couldn't see.
Jesus. I was like, I just want to see something if I can tell.
Did we win? I couldn't.
Yeah, so you got like 3 different stormers here. There was 3 sets of steaminess. So, that, potentially then 3 hurricanes pushing on him. And I forget what the debuff is on hurricanes minus to hit, but let's just say, I don't know, 15%. It's probably a good number. So you got like minus 45% with the 3 stormies just standing next to him. He never had a chance. I mean, then you throw in all the minus resist from your freezing rain and crap, and he's just going to get obliterated the minute he becomes attackable. So, kind of maybe that's another example of the game at this point was designed more for the story, and you get the little lovey-dovey instead of there's actually a threat to the party. Uh-oh, Wednesday's getting murdered. Wednesday went rogue.
Forgot that I don't have status protection.
Wednesday went rogue. I do like this as a good example of that. Let's go back. All right, so we just cleaned up, right? Took out an AV that was +3 or something. And I was complimenting the team about, staying together. Now look what happens when somebody splits off. So Wednesday's going rogue, going solo. Hey, I'll start attacking. Zap, zap, zap. Out of endurance, running out of health, being controlled. Right? So this is a good example of that sort of thing. When you split your team, you put yourself at risk, whatever. And again, I'm not making fun or whatever, but it's just a good example of that. Team equals safe, and easy, I guess. When you go solo on a team, it's risky. Dead is possible. And how many times do you watch, so-called team missions? People running 54 times 8, whatever. And you hear me complain about these glory hounds or these, solo artists that want to flex E-peens and they just run off by themselves because they're so badass. They can do everything themselves. In a lot of cases, maybe they can. But then again, hey, why are you with the team? Now, I'm not saying that's what Wednesday's doing here. Obviously, she was, hey, we're done with that. I'm going to start, jogging down the hall. I ran into some dudes. Okay. Maybe overconfident at that point because we just mopped the floor with an AV without anybody, really taking a scratch. And all of a sudden, damn, you're by yourself. Pow, pow, pow. Thinking people are behind you and realizing too late that they're not. Now, I don't think anybody dies here, so no big deal.
Uh-oh, she's back at the start.
Oh, you had to go find her again? I mean, all right. What's the point of that?
Well, I think maybe this way might loop around.
Okay, look, you
So
get your team back together.
I'm gonna take the XP.
It turns easy again. All right, Redux just comes out with a fearsome stare I just saw, so that's gonna be a massive fear and minus to hit debuff. Then they start dropping the rains and the pain again. Bang, done.
So many
Somebody
storm
fell asleep.
and a lot of multicolored lightning.
Right, we only have a team of 6, but we're still just cleaning up.
Just as nature intended.
Just slaughtering things. Crushing, defeating.
Could definitely use some endurance recovery.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's your biggest risk is the endurance. Up, more guys up there. All right. Let's see. Are we skipping the rest of that?
X machine. Werewolf says, let's all exit.
Yeah, you have. This is one of those. This is another new feature, I guess, with the game that came in the end. There is a lot of the missions became continuous, but multiple maps. So the initial thing was, hey, we go through here, go find Penelope, defeat Clockwork King, and then we got to go track down Penelope. So then the waypoint is saying go back to the start. So you're thinking, oh, I go back to the start, go talk to her, but she's not there. That's because she's left the map. And there's really no indication that that's what you're supposed to do. But this is one of the things that happened was that the game became, all right, now I clicked enter this door to get in. Well, now you click exit the door, and then you continue to like an outdoor map or whatever to go continue the mission. So the mission's sort of this string of maps put together.
Exit. Supposed to happen. They'll pop out, and then
All right, so we gotta track down Penelope.
I'm just kidding. I've never seen a spinning door.
All right, now we're going what, back in? Is this mission bugged?
I could also really do without the button. She
Be a bugged waypoint. Let's see what happened.
Oh, she's right here.
Jesus. I don't know if you guys just ran past her or what. I've seen more of this kind of weird buggy stuff. All right. I take it back. So it looks like, yeah, that was stupid. So it looks like they went down here, defeated Clockwork King, but then I don't know if Penelope became invisible, respawned later, but then I said, oh, go talk to Penelope. And then the waypoint showed her over here. So they go to the door. Oh, she's not there. Maybe she's outside because I've seen missions like that where, like the ones in King's Row or whatever, you click on the door, you go in, and you have to click out and chase whatever, go out to the streets. All right, so I thought it was one of those, but then it's like, no, the waypoint still shows back to the door. So they go back to the door, go back over here. Oh, wait, she's standing right here the whole time. Where did she respawn? I don't know. It's one of these kind of wastes of time that, I don't know, buggy stuff seem to creep up into the game at this
You are
point.
sick, Stormsiren. Why, thank you. Glad you noticed.
Okay. Complete mission. Call the next one. This person has a doofus costume. Look at this. Is this super grandma or what? Wavelength. Come on, get real.
In Sky.
Troll rampage. All right.
When was the last trolls?
Oh, this is another advance in the game, I guess, is contacts later in the game became the doors themselves. So you click on them and it transports you to the mission. So that's what this one is gonna do. So they're supposed to go and stop a troll rampage that has somehow taken down a couple of the big
Overwhelmed by trolls.
Freedom Phalanx, Positron, and what's her face get punked or something. I don't know.
My level 14 defender was not overwhelmed by trolls.
Yeah, right. So again, another example of kind of the silly stupidity that the game you introduce these powerful NPCs, these heroes to the storyline directly. And in the first mission, right, they're like, we're ass kicking against these clockwork, oh, you heroes can kind of watch us do whatever, you characters. And then like, oh, but we're too busy or we're too weak. We need you to go take care of some business for you. So then you go and take care of some business for them. Then meanwhile, the story then says, oh, we were doing something while you guys were doing that, and we got beat up, and now we need your help. And you go, and it's like freaking trolls. The whole what do you want to call it? Verisimilitude, it gets broken when you have crap like that happen. Either have them off camera completely. Hey, you know what? We're busy saving the planet from a doomsday asteroid. Can you peon heroes go take care of something for us? Okay, we'll be gone for a little while. We got some cosmic issues we got to deal with. Not, oh no, the trolls beat us up and we're on a bridge. Help us. And if the trolls do beat you up on the bridge, there should be something special or unique. I better find something special or unique up here that explains why Posy and what's her face are beat down. Let's do this. So onto the map they all come. Oh, look. Can you believe it, you guys? Check it out. Wednesday and the others are actually waiting for the team to show up. Oh my gosh, such a novel concept that we have a team of 8, and we're waiting for our teammates to arrive before we start doing stuff. Wow. I've never seen that before. Well, honestly, I probably barely see that, right? How many times you watch a video where people are just like, F it, we're gonna go solo, and they just take off before anybody else gets there? I just did one of those in the video, the threat assessment that I did the other day there with, gosh, who was that? I'm trying to blank. Hold on one second. It was Harmony Muse with the Manicore Task Force, right? People just freaking rushing, going away. Who cares if Harmony's on the map or not? Doesn't matter. All right. Again, this shows you have experienced players. We have people that aren't selfish a-holes that actually want to work together. They're playing a team. All right, so yeah, look, you're taking on these level 42 trolls, and somehow they've beaten down members of the Freedom Phalanx, who are supposedly level 50. Maps like this, I think, are an issue for a team like this. Because one thing I think this party is suffering or can suffer is scatter. You know, you've got all the twisters and the rains and the wind and the gusting, and stuff is going to want to run and scatter every which way. That's not a big issue if you're, playing on a warehouse map where there are hallways with walls and there's, choke points with barrels and crates and whatever else, right? The mobs can't go anywhere. But here on an open map, scatter is definite issue. That's the one problem I don't like playing Storm with, is because of the open. If you've run in open maps, I usually just shut off Hurricane, and I won't use certain powers that, like Tornado, that'll throw people every which way. Let's see what happens.
Well, I can see some stuff, so we're not really trying hard enough.
Okay, another thing I can point out, and I'm not like a big, I'm not trying to be a fanboy here, but again, notice what the team's doing. There's the waypoints, right? They could just say, I'm going to the waypoint. I'm going to the waypoint. Skip, skip, right? Oh, boom, mission complete, exit. Right? They're not doing that. They're just methodical, right? They spawn here. They go as a team down here. Then they're going to go as a team over here, right? They're playing as a team. In a MMO. Oh my God, how could they? But this is the stuff that, at least when I play, I sign up for. If I'm going to join a team, I want to play as a team. I don't want to watch people solo. I don't want to be soloing and flashing the E-Peen badge everywhere.
I kind of need you guys to lean
I
in.
do think that these guys could definitely herd. I would like to see that. I don't know if one of you guys has Snowstorm there Wednesday, but I'd like to see something like. Let's go back here. Look at these juicy groups you guys got over here. So you're over here blowing this crew up. I'd like to see someone come up here, throw Snowstorm toggle, let's say, on these dudes, and start bringing them in. Meanwhile, you can kind of swoop back this way to drag them. Same thing, maybe somebody comes over here, right? Grabs, snags one of these guys. I could see bringing in both of these groups for a big ol' crunch fest right there. Especially with a team of 8 like this, and you guys are just devastating these guys. You might as well start pulling more crap in.
To lean in.
That's one way I think speeding up, if you want to speed, it's not so much you go and just run ahead, but let's bring more fuel to the fire. Moving up, we could pull that left group. There they come. Oh, it's just another group back there. I'd grab them, bring them in here. Oh, nice.
Do love a good dreadful whale.
I don't think I've seen your Sentinel's defense set yet.
That I kind of have to turn Hurricane off. So that is it's a pretty steep opportunity cost.
Yeah, Wednesday's making a good point. For those of you guys who've not,
Dreadful Whale.
she's talking about using Dreadful Whale.
But using Dreadful Whale means that I kind of have to turn Hurricane off.
All right, so what she's talking about, if you haven't played those sets before or whatever, right? You got Dreadful Whale. It's your big screaming PB AoE nuke. AoE does a lot of damage, right? But it gets messed up if you're running Hurricane. This Hurricane, as I mentioned before, has the repel, the push. So if you go into a group with your awesome defense toggle cane on, you're going to push these guys away. And then if you try to click your PvOE, you can easily miss because the guys have been knocked over the side or pushed out of your range of it. So she's saying, hey, she has to shut off Hurricane in order to get in there and use PvOE. So yeah, that's definitely a challenge playing Storm Summoning is, your best defensive power, Hurricane, is also your most annoying power, either to your teammates or just you being able to use PvOE. For me, that's why if I do make a Stormer, I'm usually trying to build a range Stormy. So I can sit here with my cane on and just use ranged death on my targets. I don't like combining it with any sort of PBOE or melee type of powers just because, yeah, I gotta shut off cane. Also, if you are playing cane, it's usually one of these powers that, at least earlier in your career, you have to shut off a lot anyway, aside from sort of the annoying features, but its endurance cost is pretty freaking heavy. It's going to drain a lot of your endurance. And that's something that Wednesday had mentioned earlier, is just needing some endurance modification or just management with the team. Because I have seen that being one of the bigger challenges, is that a lot of the folks are just running low on juice. Not everybody, but it's a little bit of an issue. I think she's eating a
So
blue
that
right
is
there.
it's a pretty steep opportunity cost.
These guys are effed.
A werewolf. Werewolf has taken your job, R-Type.
Ah, he's dark miasma. He can do it.
Ahead of the group. That was your thing.
Look at that in the background. Check that out. I think is that our blaster ninja? Oh, wait, that's frigid wind. Okay, so check out frigid wind in the background. Here is frigid wind. So they go in and do some freaking damage. Okay, so here's one thing I am seeing now. The team is getting a little bit more scattered, right? 5 or 6 of them are playing pretty tight, but there's one or two or three people are kind of scattering around a little bit. You saw that
Ahead of the group.
a little bit if we back up. So here at this point, we've got, let's play that out. So Wednesday turns around to kind of finish this guy off. A couple other teammates are back here also. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 of them are over here kind of finishing this off. All right, so then we pause here and we see, frigid wind is starting to look this way. We've got our mastermind bone and tempest is over here. And then we've got Queen Mob Redux is up here, and they are clicking aim because they are engaging the enemy. And this is what Wednesday's commenting about, that, that's Werewolf's character, I guess. And he's taking Ninja's job, who normally was out alphaing with his blaster, El Ninoja there. El Ninoja? El Ninoja? Is that the El Nino? Okay, I think I get it now. Got it. All right, so we're starting to see some fracturing in the party. Let's see if that causes a problem.
A werewolf.
I've got a couple people over here.
Has taken your job.
Boom, all right. So we've got some action over here, and frigid wind is heading this way. Queen took a big hit because they were kind of soloing by themselves and got over The rest of the team's now over here trying to help them out. Okay, let's keep watching.
R-type. He's running ahead of the group. That was your thing.
Trying to watch Queen in the background. They've now engaged 2 groups.
Maybe he's trying to show off
Ninjas with them.
for the video.
Alright, so 2 of them are taking on 2 groups. Stuff is scattered every which way. Okay. We got an open map. Scatters much easier to happen now. But things are getting a little bit sloppier. No harm, no foul so far. But it's just something, you know, the first mission, tight formations, people working together. Now we're kind of seeing more loosey-goosey, people relaxing, having some fun, screwing around. I don't know if things will get any harder or not. I don't know if there's some big boss or something. Looks like you guys missed something back here.
Leapfrogging. Is that what they actually call it? I don't know. I don't know if that I ever had a term.
You missed one of the heroes. Numina and Pazzi we're looking for. Those are like arguably 2 of the strongest phalanx people. They shouldn't have problems with these trolls. Alright, we're engaging left and right. Frigid Wind's taking a little bit of a hit. Frigid Wind's down. There's our first defeat. Oh no. What did you guys do? Let's back that up. Is that Frigid Wind right there? Let's play this out. Frigid Wind's here with the team. Remember, they also had split off a second ago. Was that them? They had split off right before this when they took on that double group in the background. Alright, yeah, look, Frigid Wind. There they are. They're darting away. I think they head this way. Meanwhile, Wednesday's looking this way. So we're going to end up with a 1 group, 2 group split. And Frigid Wind is a blaster, so they don't have any buffs. Or really any debuffs. So we've got, you know, Defender, Corruptor, Controller, Mastermind. They are our supporty, buffy people. They maybe have some heals and controls and stuff. So let's see where our blaster goes and what happens if we can see. Alright, yeah. Oh man, they're going way. Look at that. Okay, they're over there just dropping rain. And then, oh, Wednesday, you did the little juke move. You're like, oh yeah, I got you. I got you, Frigid. Shiny. Bam. Oof. Oh yeah, I can see it. Check it out. Here's Frigid. Now, I'm assuming, Frigid, you weren't looking at your map going, oh yeah, Wednesday's behind me. Wednesday looks like you're going to back up Frigid for a second, and then you're like, no, I'm going over here. But again, maybe this is just kind of overconfidence with the party at this point. We've been mopping the floor with stuff, no big deal. But you have the disadvantage now, just this open terrain. It's harder to get containment on your enemies. Oh, somebody else went over that way. Okay, I see. Yeah, boom. Okay. So if you look, we got 3 of the party over here where Frigid just dropped, and then we've got 3 or 4 people here going this way with Wednesday. We have your last place person. I'm not sure which direction they're going yet, but the bulk of the party's with Wednesday heading to the left. 3 of the people went to the right where Frigid went, and I want to see if they actually going that way initially. All right, so if we watch, here's Frigid by himself. Now watch where the rest of the party is. Everybody's together. Boom. It looks like everybody, for the most part, there's a cluster of 5 of you, and they all start heading this way. looks like Frigid is the only one going up that way, and then the last two are coming in behind. Watch where people go. Okay, it's not until this point where Frigid is starting to get walloped that somebody else peels off to help. Then somebody else. And at this point, Frigid's dead. Bang, bang. Gone. I'd like to see, yeah, Pandora. I want to see what the hell's going on. All right, boom. Okay. Oh, let's go back. That's what I wanted to see. All right, so we got this group pretty well mopped up. Who's over there? 3 or 4 people now. So Queen's over here. Ninja's over here. And Wicked is headed over there. All right, so that's a pretty solid group of 3 backing up your fallen comrade, Frigid. But that's, a couple of people went in there late after. I'm guessing maybe Ninja or Queen was backing up Frigid initially, and then I think Wicked came in last. But at that point, it's already, boom, dead. And there's a lot of, destruction over here. I can't tell if this group is aggroed or not. They look to be looking in this way, but I think Posy might be laying right there on the ground. It's hard to say. All right, so that's getting cleaned up. We have 2 groups.
Ooh, first blood.
Yes, I mean, you have somebody dying because you split the team. I mean, that's pretty much what happened.
Now we are all over the place.
Yeah.
Looking at the map.
Yeah, you think?
We're just everywhere.
Yeah, so Frigid just got out in front of everybody else, went solo and got worked. Notice the other thing is that things are taking longer, right? The fights are going longer now. Stuff's dragging on because you've split your firepower 50%, right? I mean, that's the difference here when you see, got thing loosey-goosey, decrease your firepower, you decrease your defensive capabilities. Somebody's ended up dying. Fights are taking longer. This is why, hey, when you have a team of 8 people, if you just stick together, you just freaking destroy it.
It's nice to
if you're in for more of a challenge, sure, split up. But I don't think that was a planned split.
To clear this place out. We just need to get to our objective.
I would love to be a gravity controller on this because I would be freaking in heaven right here. I mean, look at all these freaking targets that you could wormhole. I would love this. Gravity storm, right? I'd grab this freaking group, drop them, grab that group, drop them, grab these a-holes, drop them, grab that one. Just start snagging people and throwing them into the pile over here. Be perfect for a team like this. Don't have a grav storm, though. There's another group over there you can grab. It's right there laying on the floor.
I ain't see no Posy.
You guys are standing over his sorry A.
we just read past him. He looks battered. Sections of his armor appear to have been torn open. How embarrassing for you.
Okay, we got a little bit of a spread team again. So Wednesday, you're talking to the NPC. You got a couple of your teammates. Looks like 3 or 4 of them are still up here. You got, looks like 3 are over here engaging in a fight. We're seeing some heavy damage coming out.
How embarrassing of his armor appear to have been torn open.
Yeah, and it's just getting worked over there.
How embarrassing for you. Getting punked on the streets of Skyway City. by trolls. We also just ran past Numina.
Num num, yeah, you left. Well, she looks half invisible.
She's still slightly alive, so
Well,
I'm
she's
gonna
kind
have
of
to
a
keep her
ghost,
down.
so yeah, seriously. There she goes. Now you have to fight Ata. Attaboy. Freaking clapping for him. Okay,
And
enough.
Big Boss, go.
Dead. Oh no, what happened to your mastermind? Where are they? Oh, they went over the side? Check that out. Bones, what are you doing? Bones is down here. Getting worked. Oh, they're backpedaling. They're running for it. They're in trouble. They're dead. Bone, what did you do? Did you see the shiny over the edge? Okay, everybody's fine. Bone looks like they're right in here. I'm wondering if they went down here for some reason by themselves. Let's see. I hear them. Their thugs shooting. What if the thugs were on aggressive and started shooting over the edge? And now they're over there and they're yellow. They're red. I think their pets are dead. They're trying to run. Backpedal dead. Yep. That's it. Game over, man. Game over. Alright, somebody's going to help you. You just got TP'd. Ninja's over there. Wednesday, you're just like, F it. You guys are off mission. They're off mission. Wednesday.
Big guy.
You went off mission.
Fucking elite boss.
Yeah, don't
This
you
is
hate
amateur
that?
hour.
Yeah, I think they need to have more elite bosses. Anytime there's like a named boss, it should default nowadays to elite bosses. And elite bosses all just need to be kicked up to a AV. And AVs need to be turned into like incarnate level or something because things are just so. I mean, I just think the default nowadays is everybody's juiced up on IOs and set bonuses. So I don't think you can do wrong. Maybe we need another setting for difficulty or something like call it reality mode. I don't know. All right, we got another mission. Rendezvous with the Freedom Phalanx. This is another talkie. Speak with Posy. Oh, yeah, another talk. Chat, chat, talkie, talk, blah, blah, yada, yada. Keep going. More story, more story, more story. And the other problem with this, it kind of seems to be good on paper. Oh, we need more story. But the issue is, I think only the people who are the mission holders actually see all of the chat. All right, so now we have to investigate the area near City Hall, and it looks like we've got some badass, was that Clamor? But it looks like she's been juiced up. Oh, let's see what happens.
Oh, this is some Talons of Vengeance shit.
I think this Clamor's been juiced up on that incarnate stuff. Uh-oh.
Fashion disaster 12 o'clock. Are you talking about Clamor?
Mm-hmm.
How dare you, sir? That's my girl.
I'm looking at Devil Stormy's stuff. I think they might be regen or something. Now that I'm
You
looking
guys
at
want
their
to just skip over
icons.
here, or
Yeah, just skip it all. You min-maxer. Oh,
I guess not.
no, you
Oh,
guys are right in the middle of a frickin' fight.
we've got some aggro anyways, so I guess we're gonna fight.
Oh shit. Silly mastermind.
See, yeah, I'm not a good team leader.
Hmm.
I don't communicate well. I assume that everyone would just see where I'm going and follow.
Dude, you guys got a mess everywhere.
So, yeah, sorry guys.
Wow.
My
Let's get.
bad.
Oh, who's down? Somebody's down. Oh no. I don't even know if your map is down. We've turned into a cluster.
Stormsiren didn't ask to take the lead.
Oh, there goes Bone. Two down.
Heavy as the crown.
Oh, you guys are way too spread out. We need to gather on somebody. Oh no. Gotta get some cover somewhere. And consolidate. You know what's cool is these guys had the storm or the stone blast before, players got it.
Yeah, I guess. I've never worn a clown though. I legit hate fighting these things because of whatever this power is right here.
Yeah.
I hate it so much. It makes me
I think that's like reverse meteor or something.
happens.
Yeah, I remember when they first came out and you had to fight those incarnate mobs in Dark Destroyer? That was effing brutal. That's actually a good, fun challenge if you
Okay.
in for that sort of thing.
Got that unpleasantness out of the way. Let's go beat up a chicken.
Now, how come Miss Liberty's not here? Juice up, everybody. Juice up. How come she's only got 2 guards? How lame is that? And she's an AV and she's just getting knocked down everywhere? She's got Sonic. Oh, is that Liquefy? Clamor might have thrown Liquefy. She's getting worked.
The hell is she?
I don't know. She's flying.
How about
Can't you get Hurricane on her?
snowstorm?
Get her to fall?
Wow. Not even snowstorm can bring her down. Okay.
I think Hurricane has minus fly, right? She should be in it, though.
Yeah, really. She's getting hammered with.
There you go. You got her. Maybe she just had to move first, and then that made her fall.
Well, she's still gonna die. Either way. Ooh, cutscene. You're just gonna hop in and take a look? Just gonna invade her mind?
Mm-hmm.
kind of fucked up.
Okay, she's using mind possession there. Pandora's box is opening. All right.
And that was it.
Huh.
Awesome.
So you get 4 merits. Is that all it is? Yeah, that needs to be juiced up a little bit. Ask for merit. Incarnate threads. I'd rather take the 10 threads if I was incarnate level. Single origin accuracy enhancement. Oh God, let me sign up. SOs. I mean, come on, guys. That's a waste. There should be some special SO or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, it's kind of weak as far as rewards go. I think the threads would be the one that I would want the most. 4 reward merits isn't anything. I mean, considering you could run a task force in the same amount of time or less than this one and get 30 merits or something like that. If it's weekly strike target, you're gonna get 50. I don't know. This is kind of sad. So I think if you want to get more people to run this stuff, which is again pretty good content. There is story here, a little bit too much in my opinion, or at least it could be jazzed up a little bit. But it's better than clicking through a bunch of text box stuff. But that's really not a lot, overall. All right, I think that's all they were doing
Yeah,
with this
that was it.
team. Oh, right, they got 20
All
reward
right.
merits. All right, that's better. I thought it only said 4, so maybe it's 5 times 4. I don't know. Anyway, so not too shabby. Team's gonna break up after this. So anyway, assessment wise, I mean, you can see how you stack a bunch of the same debuff buff stuff together. You can mop up pretty much anything. The only time they had any trouble was when the team split up. And I don't know, maybe it's just because it was outdoor. It's easier to kind of get split up with those last couple missions. But especially with Storm, it's hard to do any real stormy stuff when you're running in the middle of the outdoor maps and things could get blown around or knocked around. When they were sticking together as a unit, they just cakewalk through everything. All right, well, there you go, guys. I think that's all we have for this particular run of Stormsiren, a storm summoning sonic blasting defender by Wednesday. Check out her channel. She's got other stuff that's pretty cool and fun. She even got a couple things with my characters in there, so you can check out that stuff. Subscribe to her channel if you haven't already. Lots of interesting builds and that sort of thing. In the meantime, I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm going to start doing some more of the DEF CON, working on DEF CON 2. So we'll get into that whole mess and see what's going on there. I'll catch you in the next video. Later.